The number one thing holding artists back in all aspects of their career is consistency. This has stopped me from getting on more shows. This has stopped me at radio. This has stopped me on social media, YouTube, collaborations, doesn't matter. I'm going to share you the first story though with radio. I've always wanted to do well on radio. We've had success, Christian rock, mainstream Canada, mainstream rock USA, Japan, lots of different places around the world. But where I really wanted to have success is mainstream rock USA. Now we've had success, right? But it costs a freaking lot of money to get in there. And so we would start and we'd spend money on a campaign. I did this back in maybe 2012. Went hard on a campaign, invested the money, tens of thousands of dollars. Didn't see great results, but we got some results. But because I didn't get the results I wanted, I didn't do a campaign for a while. I left it. And so guess what happens when you stop feeding something? It dies. And so I think it was a couple of years later, we decided to go back again. And we had some really good success this time, knocked it out of the park, right? Did really, really well. I was like, boom, you know what I'm saying? And so we went with another campaign right afterwards. And this time we charted even higher. But because of one radio station didn't add us, and that was the one that really paid the bill, so I kind of lost my shirt a little bit on that last campaign. I was like, oh, well, it didn't work. And so I gave up. And I didn't go to radio again for a really long time. And I lost all that momentum. I stopped being consistent. If I had gone again, what if that one was the one that blew up even more, right? But I wasn't consistent and I gave up. And one thing I want to tell you is that, look, just because you failed at something doesn't mean you're a failure. That's just an event. But man, if I had have kept hitting it and hitting it and hitting it, this is the same thing with touring back in the day. We would play one festival, and we'd do the festival season, and maybe I was the opener, I was in the middle somewhere. But then I remember the following year, because we killed it the year before and we were growing our career, then we made us main support. And then I remember the year after that, because we stayed with it and we kept on showing up, we ended up headlining some stages. And then the year after that, because we kept on growing and we stayed at it, we started headlining the festival, right? And so you start to grow, but it's all about being consistent. This is the same thing with Instagram, which I've been talking about in the last videos, is like, you can't even post every day. You can't even post every day. Like as simple as that is, but it's just like showing up every single day. I'll never forget my A&R, artist and repertoire, A&R, when I was signed to a label a long time ago. They're like, Chris, man, like the difference between you and a lot of other artists is like, you don't just post when you want something or when you have a new album. You were posting every day, staying in touch with your fans, right? And so your fan base stayed with you in between records, and so you still had all this momentum and you had growth. I think about Rachel Hollis and her husband, I think that are divorced unfortunately now, but they showed up every single day and did a Facebook Live, no matter what, at a specific time for a year, every single day, even when they were fighting, even when they were not feeling it, when they were feeling it, when there was crazy things going on, they showed up every single day and they built a multi-million-dollar brand. Can you commit to being consistent this year? And again, I've been talking a lot about my Instagram music marketing and business book because it's brand new and I know it'll help you out, and I talk about consistency. Click the link below this video to get that. But let's take this to another area. Collaborations. Releasing songs even. Like, I see artists all the time, and I've never actually been here with this one. I've always consistently released new songs and new albums. But I see other artists all the time. They go at it for a while, and then you don't hear from them for like 2 years or a full year. You haven't released a single or nothing. And it's like, look, we're in a singles economy now, bro. We're in a singles economy, girl. What are you doing? You can't just disappear. This ain't like Rockstar World where you just release the album and fans just stream it. You're not Adele. You know what I'm saying? You're not my homie NF. You know, and even him, he releases songs really consistently still. But like, I'm talking about the idea is like, you got to keep showing up. You got to keep feeding the machine, man. You got to keep feeding the machine. What I said earlier, what you stop feeding dies, right? If you want to kill something, stop feeding it. If you want to kill your career, then stop feeding it. Same thing where I could look at it with TV, film, and syncs. If I want to feed that world, that means I need to keep writing songs for TV and film. And so, let's take a look at my calendar. Do I have any writing sessions booked right now? You know what? I don't. I do have a bunch of songs in the hopper that are getting edited right now, and so we're going to pitch them for TV, film, and stuff. But if I don't have anything on the calendar and I don't have a plan, then how can I expect things to grow? I'm not going to be consistent at it, am I? And so I encourage you, get the stuff on your calendar, get it booked, plan it out, man. Plan it out, yo. So I hope this has inspired you, man. Leave a comment below this video. Let me know if it's helped you. Make sure you hit the subscribe-y, and get that new book I released, Music Business and Marketing Accelerator using Instagram, baby. And be a content creator. Be consistent this year no matter what it is. And just call yourself out. Like I shared with you. If you want to share with me, like, what haven't you been consistent on? What was it? Was it touring? Was it TV and film? Was it releasing songs? Was it posting? You're not consistent with that, right? You're probably consistent opening up the app every day. Well, why don't you be consistent in using it instead of it using you, like I shared in another video? Peace.